So NARC-Kenya has somebody on the ballot again, on the presidential ballot. Again. First time, she was the principal of the ballot. This time, she has Kinara. And she keeps saying that. Kama Kinara wangu alivyosema.
Yes.
She's the running mate to the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. First of all, by the way, just for clarity, is Martha Karua going to be on the ballot as NARC-Kenya or as Azimio? We know Raila is the Azimio candidate.
As Azimio.
As Azimio?
Yes.
Ah.
But also we have, NARC-Kenya has, as you were saying, we also have around 207.
No, we'll come
People
to those
that,
ones.
will also
We're
be
starting
there.
there. First, when we see the name Martha Karua,
Yeah.
it'll be Martha Karua on Azimio.
On Azimio, yes.
Raila Azimio, Martha Karua Azimio.
Yes.
Okay. And Martha Karua has been the national party leader and the national chairperson of this party for a long time.
A long time, yeah.
How long have you been in NARC-Kenya, and especially in the ranks of NARC-Kenya?
Since this is my 11th year.
Yeah.
Since 2011,
Right.
from just university.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about how can I change the society, and kutoka hiyo wakati tukiwa high school, university, so just thinking now how can I do, so just talking to people, trying to find mentors and all, and it came to me that policies are what now sets and define how the life of people and the Kenyans would be. And policies most of the time, then we didn't have independence. So then if you want to influence policies, you need to join a political party. So what did I do? I just walked one day, started visiting these political parties, knock on the door, listen, just to see how I'll be treated. And the only political party where I was treated well was NARC-Kenya, given place to sit, some refreshment. And lucky for me that day, Honorable Karua was in the office. I met her. I shared my ideas with her, the youth ideas, because I was a student at Daystar University. I wanted to vie for office in Daystar, so I shared with her my ideas. And as a leader, she was open in terms of listening to me, exchanging ideas, and showing me maybe you can try this instead of this. After that first conversation, I paid
To
party
become a
membership.
member?
Yes, to become a party member. Because I had gone to other political parties where you were just left at the reception and no one really comes to talk to you. You just to wait. Other political parties, I was waiting up to around 3-4 hours just waiting, and the person you're supposed to be seeing is inside the office. So I felt the dignity that NARC-Kenya showed me I just felt, now this is a place that I need to be. And since then, I've been.
You
in
never looked
NARC-Kenya.
back.
Never looked back. I joined as a member. I joined as a Nairobi County youth leader. Moved up from the youth leader to from the county youth leadership to the national youth leadership. I joined NEC, joined NMC, the management committee of a political party, and February 18th this year, when we had our NDC at Fungamano, I was elected to serve as the national deputy chairperson of NARC-Kenya.
So you've basically grown up in the party.
Up in the party, yeah.
And therefore you understand what NARC-Kenya is all about, what
And
NARC-Kenya stands for.
Yeah.
What would you say NARC-Kenya stands for?
NARC-Kenya stands for equity, stands for social justice. That's our belief. We are a party that believes in, when I say equity, it's gender equity, economic justice and equity. You know, we cannot all earn the same, but we can earn a decent amount of wages to survive and live a decent life in Kenya. So we just sort of believing in equality, which practically the practicability of equality is. I don't think there's a country that has achieved it, but equity is what across board, and dignity of how you live, what you eat, just the basic needs. So as we view leadership from the family basis, you know, we view how what's the least sphere of influence group sphere of influence that we have, it's a family. So we believe we build from there upwards, just treating each other well and understanding each other, negotiating, cooperating, even when our ideas are not we're not beating each other. We believe in principle. We principally believe in negotiation, and we don't view negotiation as something that we gain for you to lose or you lose for us to gain. It's something that we mutually benefit. So that's you've had other people sharing clips of my party leader in 2000. I believe it was in early 2007, where she was saying she can't work with her because of certain political inclinations and ways. But now they are working together because they principally believe in social justice, social transformation of the nation, economic revolution, and good governance. So we believe in Kenya.
Okay.
We believe in the wellness of Kenyans.
So,
You know what you've just said
Yes.
is really sounds good. But it's not very different from what other people say about their parties and what they want. Which, in my mind, tells me political leaders more or less want the same thing for Kenya. Now, where the difference would come in is how you hope to achieve it. Not by throwing huge amounts of money that you say will be allocated for this project and that project and this other project and the other. But perhaps getting a little granular and talking about what it is that you will actually do. Because people talk of social transformation. Okay, so
What is it?
nice word. How do you hope to achieve it? You talk of economic revolution. Again, good. What is it that you're going to do? What are the pillars? What's the framework that you're going to use to achieve these things? Because in the absence of that, as I said, it's rhetoric. It's what politicians say, it's what party leaders say. And again, it is what in many ways represents what we feel or is thought to be needed in the country. So
Maybe we should look at the leader who's saying it.
the leader I'm looking at here is you.
And when you see me, you see.
Yes, I'm
Honorable
looking at
Karua.
you because it's you who's here.
Yes.
And you're a chair.
Thank you.
The acting bit, forget.
Thank you.
If you're acting, you're it. Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. The historical background of the leaders who are saying it. Because when you see most of these leaders, when they're talking about it and you try and judge and see what in the past they've done, it's not the same. But when you see what I am now coming up, but I'll use the example of my party leader. If you see what she's already done and achieved in the leadership spaces that she's been in, she's someone that you can believe in. Purely because of the track record.
You see, her track record that we know is in her constituency, which she represented for a long time.
There's a track record of justice, there's a track record of
Yes.
water ministry.
Yes, I'm starting there
Okay,
because that's the platform from which she was able to get to where she is. And the number of times she was elected tells you that she must have gotten something right.
Right, yeah.
Yes. I mean, she got elected until she stopped campaigning for that particular. And yet, it's a region where the turnover of leaders tends to be fairly high. Yes. Now, the track record when she then became minister, again, one sees it. The difficulty always comes in here. People perform well in certain jobs. But this particular position we're speaking of now, she's never held it before.
Yes.
Okay? So you want us to believe that given the track record of the past, we should then believe that in this position with more power, a lot more will be achieved. Is that what you're saying?
That's how promotions work.
That is exactly that is exactly how promotions work.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yes. Unfortunately, it's a serious variety of promotion because you are talking about the lives of people
How people, yeah.
and how it is, the things that are being said should, might, ought to change their lives. And in a country where that need is desperate, it isn't just a subject of discussion, it's a reality that has to be realized.
What are you asking, City?
What I'm asking is
In
this.
one sentence now.
I hardly began by what I was asking. Now I was just
Come back.
expounding on
Yeah.
it. I'm asking, granular details. How do you hope to achieve this? That's really it.
Can I add something to that question? Is that so? A lot of times, more often than not in this country, is that we see political parties are carried by the individual,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So essentially what we're saying is that because of the nature of things, Martha Karua has essentially been, quote unquote, removed from this party in word and thought because of the position that she has now taken as running mate to the presidential candidate and then sharing in those duties, whatever happens, right? So moving forward in this current political dispensation, what will the party stand for and how will the party operate? And will it then prove that parties then are held or guarded by individuals? Or will these tenets that you've spoken about continue without the head that has been known to be?
One, NARC-Kenya is all about consultation. So it's not technically what Honorable Karua says. It is what the NEC decides on. So the vision, so she is our vision bearer, an already consulted vision. So it's not her who comes up with it. Two, we've survived out of parliament and out of political parties fund all this time. How have we survived? It's not from individual. It is as party members. As NEC members, we decided on a monthly basis this a certain amount of money that we'll be providing to support the political party. Where we are at, lucky for us, we've rented some space, so we're able also to get rent income. So in terms of survival, we have a secretariat. So in terms of financial survival, NARC-Kenya is still here and shall be here, despite or in spite of any financial constraints.
I'm talking about the political space within which the party plays. So we're saying now, going into a new administration, going to a different style of government, regardless of what happens on the 9th of August, with Martha Karua being where she is, what happens to the party? I'm not talking about keeping the lights on and the water flowing.
Okay.
I'm saying where and which and how will NARC-Kenya play in this political space now moving forward with you at the helm?
Yes. She, at least for her being there, NARC-Kenya is still alive, by the way. Because people are looking at her not only just as an individual, but as NARC-Kenya. Because she's been with NARC-Kenya and fought for NARC-Kenya for a very long time. So for us, our vision and the way we're going to attain this is through her networks, her assistance. Because I think don't assume that since she's becoming the deputy, it then technically means she's left the political party. She's left the political party. No.
So is she still a member of NARC?
She is member number one.
Has she joined the new party called Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party?
She has been nominated as and presented as, but she hasn't resigned.
Okay. The membership of Azimio One Kenya blah 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 is corporate.
Yeah.
So it's not individual.
Individual,
members. Okay. So she's still member
Number
of
one.
NARC-Kenya. Is she still going to be the chairperson of NARC-Kenya? If she
She
becomes
is still the chairperson. What she's relinquished is the administrative responsibilities that are required. For example, if we need to if there are certificates that are needed to be signed, and she's needed now, but she's campaigning in somewhere else, I am around to do the same.
Right.
So she's still with us.
You're running the show as the acting chairperson.
We as a NEC and as the NMC.
Uko na power ya kidole. Unaweza peana nomination certificate.
In consultation. In consultation.
We talked about how the party then has also taken advantage of this particular time to see how many members it could sponsor to the National Assembly, to governor houses, to National Assembly and our set county assemblies and the Senate. How many candidates do you have for all those seats?
For those seats, we have 5 governors, 7 women reps, 136 MCAs, 22 MPs, And which one am I meeting?
Senators.
Senators, we have 24.
Okay. So you've got candidates in
We have candidates
each
in
of those seats, starting from the very top.
Yeah, each of those seats. I think maybe the only one, but that's nominated, is the deputy governor.
Okay.
Yeah,
How does this compare to how many candidates you fielded in 2017?
very well, by the way. In
How so?
2017, we had less than we had no governor. No, we had 2 governors. We had less than 15 MPs, less than 5 senators. So this time round, it's been a success in terms of attracting aspirants who then became candidates. So I'm proud. I'm proud. We are, as a party, we're slowly but surely
You're getting there.
we're getting there.
So this is your best election yet in terms of fielding candidates.
Not our best yet, because in 2007 we had 33 elected.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was
33
our
members
best.
who are actually
Yeah.
elected.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
okay.
our best. Yeah, and now compared after that, now it's in terms of just interest, pure sheer interest. This is our best. Looking forward to.
How do you measure this
2017.
interest?
Interest? How many aspirants you've attracted?
And how many
for
have
the-
you attracted this
for-
time?
This time 206. That's what I was. 207
In total.
in total. Yeah.
And how many of them are repeat clients? People who had previously been elected on a NARC-Kenya ticket.
People who've been members of this party.
I'm just confirming the numbers. Sorry. For the Senate, we have 11. Women rep, we have 7. MPs, we have 27. MCAs, we have 136. Governor, we have 5. And of course,
The
the
deputy
super.
president. In the presidency, you have 1.
In the presidency, we have 1. Yeah.
How did you vet your candidates? Because this is another big issue. We've been talking here about political parties having to play a role in enforcement of Chapter 6 of the Constitution.
Constitution.
This is a court order. Okay? Political parties have got to play a role in enforcement of Chapter 6 of the Constitution and in ensuring that there is a 2/3 gender balance, especially in elective seats. How did you vet your aspirants?
For us, we abide by the law. What do you have the certifications that are required for you to be an aspirant? Then we went. The farthest we went is we have branches from the county to the polling station. So we have chairman. So we have structures there. So just talking to them, we have this number of people who are interested to be aspirants in a political party. For example, let's say where I live, Nairobi West Ward, Nekam. I've been a member there, so we have a chairman. So that's the best vetting that you can do. Do you think how many of you? And we have in the neck of each branch, it's up to 22 people. So we have a consultation with them, phone or just come. What do you think of this particular candidate? Because, them are better placed to inform the national how this person is perceived by the community. Yeah. So that's the best that we can do. In terms of now background checks and going to NIS and all, we do not have that capacity.
Okay.
But
So you
that's the
relied
best.
on, you have to go to DCI, come with a certificate of good
Yeah,
conduct.
we relied to institutions. We believe in institutions.
Go
where
to
as a political
KRA,
party,
come with
yeah.
a tax compliance certificate, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Are you saying that none of your aspirants was listed by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission?
I know of none, but there was a case of one of our aspirants who was supposedly caught in a syndicate of M-Pesa fraud.
Yes.
And that we didn't know. So we condemned it, and of course the government took its way. And if you have any government issues, we as a political party, we disassociate. We just cancel the certificate and go look for another political party, or finish your case fast. So that's the only case that came to my desk, and we dealt with it.
So you withdrew
accordingly.
the certificate
We drew the certificate
after
yes.
you'd already issued it.
After we already issued it.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you counter check all your aspirants with the list from EACC?
EACC. It's ongoing. So I believe today I'll get the report.
All right.
Because from here I'll just head to the office.
Let's take a break at this point. It's
Yes.
28 minutes to 10. Yes, for the break.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
We still have our guest in the studio. Kabala Kile is the National Deputy Chairperson of NARC-Kenya, currently also acting as chair of the party. And we're talking about NARC-Kenya in this election and going into the future. What are the future plans of this party? Kabala is telling us that the party is strong, is solid. The party has been growing in strides. There's a time when there was a big nationwide drive to recruit members. How many members would you say this party has today? Those who've signed up, those that you've registered with the Register of Political Parties.
Starting with the base, you need 1,000 in 24 counties. So hiyo kwanza in the
Tick.
bag.
Okay.
In registration, last I checked, we were at 180,000
Members.
members. So what happens is, with this membership list, you need to always be checking, counter-checking. That's why we have a individual in the secretariat, because other people, you think they are your members, but they've already resigned.
They leave.
They leave without even telling you. So
Right.
you go and check, you find you let's say, for example, you're having an event sponsored by maybe CMD, Center of Multi Democracy. Then you go and check the members that because technically you take your party members, you educate your party members.
Yep.
So you go and check, get a list of 20 people. You want to take them for training. When you go and check in the registrars, you find 5 and no longer members. So it's always a
continuous
moving.
process.
It's like a moving target. It's like a moving target. So it's continuously you're registering and deregistering. But as per the last audit, we had 180.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say?
1,000.
What would you say NARC-Kenya is contributing to the national conversation at this time? Because there is a national conversation. Even if there was not an election, there would be something happening. There would be issues of the economy. There would be issues of development, and there would be issues of education and health. What is NARC-Kenya's share in that conversation today of what is currently going on? And how is NARC-Kenya contributing to this national conversation, regardless of what sector it is focused on?
Kenya's major contribution, and in this election, is fight against corruption. And we were people who came up with, the Azimio manifesto, which is not just a manifesto but an action plan, is based on 3 pillars. I know CTO is very clear about it: the economic revolution, social justice, and good governance. So we came up with a pillar of good governance, where Azimio la inaitwaje?
Azimio la umoja,
Not umoja, hii uwajibikaji.
Okay.
Umetoka
Azimio la things.
umetoka Radio Africa man, Kiswahili imekuwa inateleza tu. So Azimio la uwajibikaji. Something that we really truly believe in, where government should be efficient, effective, and accountable.
What does that mean?
Government services should be efficient. Government services, you can't just go to a government to get your services, and it's not timely. It's not what exactly you wanted. It's not exactly what they say they do. For example, when you go to city council and you're told that when you pay for a COVID certificate, you're given a certificate, a COVID license, or you're given a certificate. But when you pay for it, you're given a receipt. So when the people who are coming to check, inspectors come, they don't want the receipt.
They want a
the
certificate.
certificate. So that's what we believe in, and accountability, where this passed to your desk. So who authorized it? How was it authorized? Who is culpable? Direct and not ambiguous. So in the national conversation, our main where I feel NARC-Kenya is at, and where NARC-Kenya strives to be at, is building Kenya through fight against corruption, through good governance.
Yes. How do you promote the fight against corruption in this era where there's so many places where corruption is taking place? At community level, we start from village, homestead level, there's corruption, all the way to national offices where there is corruption. President saying we lose 2 billion shillings every day due to corruption. It's clearly budgeted corruption.
But good.
How do we fight it from that point? How does NARC-Kenya see this dragon getting slain?
Yeah, I remember that budgeted corruption. I like that word. It was coined by what's his name, former Auditor General Edward Oko.
Edward Oko.
Yeah, very nice thing. As a party, what we see Kenyans as good people, and what the part that we play is first and foremost selecting and vetting individuals, aspirants, good people that can be presented to the Kenyans for voting. Now, in our capacity as a political party, and we're doing what we can for the change of the nation. So these good people that we present to the ballot for the Kenyans, we believe that they'll come up with good policies that will change how the country is run, that will look at the welfare of the poor, of the needy, of the police, of the children, of the single mothers. So us, it's just looking at Kenya as, not giving up on Kenya, but looking at Kenya as a country of good people. So as, I think you could say a sieve. So we are like a sieve of, we're sieving through many aspirants so that we just get the good ones that shall be voted in by
others,
by the voters. Yeah, so that's the extent at which I am proud that I hope I can say my party.
Kabala, there's in the medical field, as it will tell us, there's what they call promotive and preventive, right? To make sure that we do not go into that ward to be hospitalized, you deal with things here. You encourage people to wash their hands, encourage people to clean their fruits before they eat, those basic things. In a political party, is there anything that NARC-Kenya has done to promote good governance? Like, let's say, training fora where you meet with your members and you try and espouse those values of good governance. And then you also identify people who are like-minded, who then you promote and you say, we'd actually sponsor you to take up this position, to sponsor you to take up this elective position or this appointive position, campaigning for them to get into these spaces.
Yes.
Examples.
We work with people. For example, let me give you one example that was just before the elections, that people thought our captain and my party leader would not work together, the BBI issue. We felt that it is not time for a referendum. Where the country is, where the nation is, this is not the constitutional moment to change our constitution. And we stood against it till the end. So that's the best example I can give you where we fight.
It's not my question though, because I'm talking about where in this pillar of Azimio la Uwajibikaji, good governance, fighting against corruption, believing in the innate goodness of Kenyans, you going out there and looking at your party members and encouraging people who are of good character to become members of your party, and then positioning them for places to be appointed or positioning them for places to be elected into leadership so that then they can occupy those spaces. When you say that we believe that Kenya civil service or public sector can actually improve, you've got your people in those places.
But you see, if the powers that be don't accept, because we propose, yes, we have individuals that we propose, and that's the extent that we go to. In terms of aspirants, as a political party, you're not in a position where we can fund a single political aspirant, but we can sieve to our best of knowledge to get the best candidate that we think is a right one to be presented to the candidates and aspirants. In terms of having appointed positions and appointed positions, I'm looking forward to that post August 9th. I think you'd make a very good, the team would make a very good media consultancy.
Mafuta kwa mgongo ya
nakwambia.
chupa.
Hapana.
Siagi.
Siagi.
Imepakwa.
The new query.
Yes.
It's on record. So when it happens. So in terms of where we have influence, we've done. Okay, another thing that we do is training. The best thing that a political party does to its members is train them. And don't think about them leaving, because now just look at it as bettering the nation, just playing your civic education. Let's say CSR, just take them. So we have a lot of trainings, we have a lot of partners that we work with in different spheres and different topics. If it's a youth, we have partners. If it's so, and even that's how I also rose up the ranks, because you're taking training, the youth training, governance training. So, and we have, I can name like, I think it's eight of our young candidates who've risen through those trainings. And maybe to answer you, that's the best that NARC-Kenya we've been able to do and achieve.
How do you think then public psyche then would be influenced to think in a certain manner or to think against a certain ideology? Because I hear you going in that direction, that the party is not necessarily focused on an individual. So we're not looking at individual party politics here, but they were looking at an ideology-based party. Stop me anytime I'm going wrong. So how then do you think that then this party ideology will then influence, again, that national conversation in terms of communicating loudly what the position is?
I think it's just about keeping at it. Talking, keep talking, and keep talking. We have our own, you'd say, party tours that we go, and through our members, because that's what we trust in. Other than the media houses, where now maybe a lot of people that are listening to us, let's say what we do as a political party is having a sit down with our members. And sometimes these things is just about hoping that when I impact you with this message, with this knowledge, you impact 10 other people. That's how we as a party view it. And so, and having also our party leader at the help right now, it has given us a lifeline as to how people researching NARC-Kenya. What is NARC-Kenya? What is it about? So having our social media app, having our websites up, so that people can get information as they go. And now with this information, they can now start thinking on the ideology side of politics, because with the guidance of our party leader, NARC-Kenya has never been a political party of propaganda. So when you want to get true, credible political news or happenings, you'll go, remember Ask Martha Thursdays? You'll go to Ask Martha Thursday, and you believe and trust that this is what she'll tell you. And what she's telling you is the truth. And now that impacts positively on us as a political party. And so that's how I believe we are slowly but surely changing the political conversation of the day, from individual politics to ideology politics.
Something about membership. Anyone who wants to become a member of NARC-Kenya can become a member, or is it that you have a vetting system before somebody becomes a member? There are certain requirements that you must have, and you must meet certain requirements.
Being a member, you just become a member.
Just become a member.
You just become Now, what now happens is when you want to be presented for an elected position, that's when we start the vetting. Because we believe that it is a political party, so we need more members of different characters. But we'll show you the difference of we'll show you through example, being a NARC-Kenya member, through example as to how you best behave as a party member, and also the organizational culture. If you're an individual of questionable character, you shall leave. And you've seen there's an governor aspirant who's being having cases not to appear on the ballot paper, was a member of questionable character, but because of the organizational discipline that the party has, he just had to leave. So with us, you just become a member. You can come to the office. It's on Woodlands Avenue. Or I was just checking the USSD. It's *483 *094 hash. Simple. And you become a member. Now the rest, if you will check, we'll do a background check in terms of if you're already a member of a political party, another political party, where then we'll require you to write a letter to that political person, a resignation letter to that political party, then write a letter to our party to join, then we take it to the registrar, then you'll be struck from the political party that you resigned and come to a political party.
You know, I've always wondered, is there a way in which you can determine whether somebody is a member of another party other than yours?
Yes.
How?
ORPP. The Office of Registered Political Parties, on their website, on their portal, you can go and check. So when you put in your details, your ID number, it will show you. And that's how most of the people came to realize that, ala, kumbe mimi ni member wa chama na I've never been kwa hii chama. Unajua?
I've never registered for this party.
You're now registered for this political party, but you've never registered.
And yet you're a member.
And yet you're a member. You know, unfortunately, before, what used to happen is, my M-Pesa, that's a challenge by the way, M-Pesa, where before they changed to now just a phone, your phone number, where you left your name. It was very sensitive, and the details. It was just data mining, by the way. Your ID, your phone number, everything.
So they'd sell these to political parties.
Yeah. Per page, per 20 people. So
Wow.
so you find when you're going to, for those who are active citizens, by the way, when you're going to vote in your party primaries, but
You're not a member here.
Our member.
You're not our member.
You're a member of
No, they don't know. They don't know because they
You're not
haven't.
ours.
They weren't told. They don't have the reports. But on the list, where uko hapa.
Do you people also subscribe to life memberships?
Yes.
Long-term memberships and the like? You do? All right. How much does it cost to be a member?
To be a member, 100.
100 bob.
100 bob. That's
Annual subscription or one-off.
That's a one-off for the list.
It's membership fee.
So membership fee.
And
Ordinary member.
ordinary member. Yes.
Ordinary member. Then,
Deluxe.
No,
that's also as for, and then as it goes up, when you want to vie, there's a certain category you have to be.
Right. Walk us through the categories. Okay. Ordinary mwananchi member.
100 bob.
100
Yes.
bob. Okay.
Aya, kutoka hapo you go to the green member.
Green.
Yes, green hiyo ni sasa 200
For the color.
200. Okay.
Yes. Then from 200, now this one's now you're becoming serious. Go to Ruby. That's 5,000 membership, 1,000 annual. From Ruby, you go to Silver.
Silver. Okay.
Yes. Silver is 20.
20,000.
15, sorry.
15,000. All right.
Membership.
15 membership. Then you move on to gold.
Okay.
And henceforth, then you reach to platinum, where governors and deputy presidents and deputy governors. And then now, finally, the life membership,
Okay.
which stands at 150,000
1,000 Kenya shillings.
Kenya shillings.
Right. Now, are there privileges and benefits that accrue with these positions?
Yes. One is training.
Training.
Yeah.
So if I'm just a 100 bob member, I don't get training.
If you're just 100 member, it depends what kind of training you get.
What trainings are available?
The trainings that are available, kuna exchange programs. through Danida, we have exchange programs where you get some of our members to go and see how the Danish parliament and Danish government runs, how democracy is in other political parties. So for that, you need to have some seriousness. Some
to have your
seriousness.
skin in the game.
Yeah. And not only just, also, it's not only just your membership category, but how active are
Your
you?
participation.
What is your participation level in the political party? How many aspirants have you brought to the party? How many members have you brought to the party? How vibrant is our party office in your area? Is it well maintained? Do you have...
So essentially, you must accumulate bonga points.
Lazima ukanmanage bonga points.
And just be a
Kabala
Kile. Thank you very much for joining us, Kabala.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to shed light on NARC-Kenya and NARC-Kenya's plans, and we wish you all the best as a political party going forward and as an individual as well, Kabala Kile, growing up into the party, growing up the ranks to the level of National Deputy Chairperson of the political party. No mean feat. Congratulations.
I'd like to end with, maybe if you take after you, it's a saying by Harry Truman.
Yes.
It takes a mule to destroy a barn, but it only takes a carpenter to build one.
Nice.
Especially in this election period. You've seen the people who destroyed the nation, and now it needs
The carpenters.
the carpenter.
To come and
And
sort it out.
yes,
Okay.
and I have a request. Can I request
In
for a
10
song?
seconds.
For a song?
Yes.
Daima Mkenya by Eric Wainaina.
Uh-huh.
Because of this election near period, I wish and I hope that people will be careful and people will love the nation.
Kenya
Na tukue
first.
wa Kenya kwanza.
Kabisa.
Yes.